Hey guys, Kielan here. Just playing a little bit of Diablo 2 to be precise. And yeah, I'm gonna just kind of run around, maybe bash some mobs. But yeah, what I want to talk to you today about is RPGs. And the problem with RPGs today, in my humble opinion, I don't know if you like RPGs, maybe you don't, but there seems to be a kind of almost like a revival of RPGs these days. And this is kind of brought about by the whole Dragon Age thing and, you know, different projects, you know. But I want to talk first of all about the older RPGs and how they were different. And yeah, basically, you had RPGs like, say, like Champions series, like Champions of Norath and stuff. And they were on the PlayStation 2, and they had one major difference to them that that RPGs seem to lack these days, and that is couch co-op. Now, that might not sound like a big deal, but to me it really is, and I really don't understand why there's this kind of aversion to co-op in role-playing games these days. I mean, when did it become the kind of staple that pretty much 95% of all RPGs made are now single-player only? I mean, some people could argue that, that RPGs are meant to be played on your own and exclusively on your own. But to that I would say, well, wouldn't you rather have the option? And some people present to me the argument that it takes longer to create a game that incorporates multiplayer than it does for a single player. But really, if you look at the games where they've incorporated multiplayer as well, and they've done it well, trying to think of games off the top of my head, but things like kind of modern day games. You got the likes of Saints Row 2, and it's I'm trying to think off the top of my head. I can't think of any, of course, but you got the old ones which are like Diablo was co-op multiplayer. You had Baldur's Gate that was multiplayer. And yeah, these days we've got like Dragon Age, we've got the Fallout series, Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas. Soon we're going to have Skyrim. We've had Oblivion, the Elder Scrolls series. No co-op RPG. Just single player RPG. And I'm asking myself why. Because I can't really see any conceivable reason why you wouldn't allow someone to play with a friend, because if you want to play a game, fair enough, on your own, but sometimes you want to play whatever game with a friend. You're like, hey, check this out, come and have a game, or buy it and let's have a game. And you can't do that with RPGs, and it's just bizarre that these days the latest games, the only games you can play with your friends are the shooters. And don't get me wrong, I really like a shoot 'em up, but it's just I'm really a big fan of RPGs. So obviously, I want to play them with my friends and stuff, and just be really nice. I mean, Left 4 Dead is a good example, really. I mean, it's like there you got a nice co-op game, not too hard to do. You can play with 4 people. Why can't we have that in Dragon Age? Why can't we have that in Skyrim, Oblivion? Why not? I mean, all you got to do is change the class mechanics slightly, and just account for the human players. It's not that difficult to do, but yet the developers and stuff seem to make out like it's an extremely difficult thing to do. It's not. People have been playing over LANs for God knows how many years now with no trouble. It's not like you'd have to set up servers for it or anything. You know, we're quite happy to connect to each other. You know, I mean, Borderlands was a bit iffy with the ports, but we got around it. You know, people made posts on how to do it, and we solved it. You know, we're not imbeciles. So we can sort out our own servers and bandwidth and stuff. So that's not really a concern. So, and I think with the amount of downloadable content they're feeding us, you would have thought they would have said, you know, like, well, if you want multiplayer, you got to pay for it. And I would be like, well, arguably you should get it anyway. But if it has to be DLC, I would pay for that. I would pay maybe even $30 to be able to play Dragon Age with other people, to be able to play like Fallout, especially with other people. Oh, you know, can you imagine Fallout 3 or Fallout New Vegas with your friends, maybe 4 of your friends in a gang, you know, just terrorizing the wasteland or whatever, you know. That would be fantastic, you know. And I know people are going to say to me, I know about MMOs, guys. I know someone's going to suggest that to me, but I am very much aware of MMOs. I play WoW. I am a long-suffering WoW player. I say that because I'm, you know, like a lot of WoW players at the moment, a bit disillusioned with the game. But I won't go into that just now because this will take forever. But yeah, it's like I am aware of MMOs. But MMOs were never supposed to replace RPGs. You know, they're not as good in story content. They have to tailor for a lot of people, which means a lot of the content is diminished by that. Try as you might, you know, it's going to be diminished.
Turn back. I can tell that you need... Turn back.
Okay. You know, you just got to do that, you know. In MMOs, you've got to make it generic. You've got to make it tailor-made for many people. And I think Guild Wars 2 is hopefully going to change that awful archetype of the MMO, because it really does need changing. I mean, MMOs just are fun to a point, and then you just get bored of doing repetitive quests. Simple as. If you don't like grinding quests, don't play MMOs, pretty much. You won't find an MMO really that doesn't make you grind, you know, doing the same quests again and again, you know, different stories, same job, you know, glorified exterminator. You know what I'm talking about, I think. Yeah, so I just really baffled why we can't have RPG
I need a key.
with you know, with good co-op. And I think it's really a shame, and that we're missing out here. So yeah, I just wanted to raise that subject because, like, nobody's talking about this. This is what's curious. I mean, there are a few people who are talking about it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not, you know, saying nobody's talking about it, but not a lot of people are talking about this subject, and I think it's a shame because instead of getting like something new or a quality product, you know, with lots of options, so, you know, play it multiplayer, play with our friends or whatever. Instead of that, we're getting a kind of a product that well, this monster's a bit tough for my level. Oh, great. I think I'm gonna duck out while I talk to you so we're not interrupted. Yeah, so finishing off this, this isn't really a rant, it's just me waffling on about RPGs, because I saw Skyrim and I was like, isn't that a perfect game for co-op multiplayer? And you know, these PC only games like Skyrim, Elder Scrolls and stuff, you know, as far as I'm aware, they don't make them for the consoles. They really should have multiplayer aspects to them, because not a lot of PC games have multiplayer these days. It's multiplayer seems to be the domain of consoles, and you wonder why. It's because you got to pay a subscription fee. You've got to pay for it, you know. So they make a lot more money that way, and they don't make a lot of money with PCs. You can tell that by the way Rockstar is seriously letting down PC gamers. I mean, Red Dead Redemption, there you go. Red Dead Redemption, fantastic RPG game. Probably the best Western RPG ever released. Do we get to see it on the PC? No. Will we ever get to see it on the PC? I have no idea, but it's months now. No word, only rumors. They still haven't come to fruition. We still haven't, Rockstar have seriously dropped the ball on this one. Seriously dropped the ball. They dropped the ball with Grand Theft Auto 5. They just left PC players dangling, for, I think it was 9 months. Is that any way to treat your customer base? No, that's not a good way to treat your customer base. That's basically saying, if you want to play this game, buy a console, buy the game there. You can't play it on the PC, even though the PC version is slightly different. Even though the PC version allows you to do different things that you can't do with a console. I've got nothing against consoles. It's just, I'm a PC gamer. Everybody's got their choice. Xbox, PS3. I've got an Xbox 360, but I like to play on my PC as well. And especially games like GTA and RPGs and stuff, I like to play it on a PC. But we can't do that. So many games now don't have any co-op. You remember the PS2 RPGs, a lot of them had couch co-op. You could just pick up your joypad, play it with your friend, drop in, drop out. It even had, we're talking about over 10 years ago, they had drop in and drop out, right? And they can't even do that these days. I mean, how sad is that they can't even do drop in and drop out? Your friend can't just drop into your RPG, fight with you for a while, adventure with you for a while, and then drop out. And you notice they're only just starting to bring it back in with stuff like Shogun Total War. They had brought in the drop in, drop out feature. And I'm like, that was done years ago. Oh my god, you've only just started bringing it in your series now. It's like, it really baffles me, guys, because it's kind of like really old features that I've seen in games like 10, 15 years ago. Already been done. Should have been done in other games a long time ago, because it really enhances the replayability of the game, and also enhances the gameplay because you're playing it with your friend. You know yourself, if you play a game with your friend, isn't that better than your friend being bored sitting next to you, watching TV, whatever? Isn't it better than, you have to play some generic shooter with your friend? Wouldn't you rather be playing like something like Dragon Age or something like Oblivion or some of the Elder Scrolls series with your mates, Or, Grand Theft Auto, they made the San Andreas mod so you can play with with another person, co-op multiplayer. Someone actually made a mod for that for San Andreas, and that's fantastic. But really, the games companies themselves should be offering this either as a DLC or as an optional extra, whatever. But bring it back. Come on, guys. And that's pretty much my my thoughts on this, and kind of a big bugbear, kind of sore point with me at the moment, because if you by the way, guys, if you know any good RPGs that do have co-op, let me know. Just post something in the comments or send me a message or whatever, and I'll be very grateful if you could suggest something to me, because I've played a lot of the old ones, the classics, but I'm really running out of games to play with my mates and stuff at the moment that aren't shooters. They're all shooters, and or they're on consoles, and really I don't buy a lot of console games these days, because about 50% of them are not worth full price, should we say. I'll leave it at that. Anyway, thanks for listening to me rambling on, guys. Let me know how you think about this subject. If you've got anything that you particularly bugs you about games these days, let me know. I'm probably gonna do some more talks like this, and definitely some reviews, because I need to get onto that. Trouble is, I'm having problems figuring out where to start. Anyway, thanks for listening, guys, and I'll see you next time.